Depending on, there's a couple of different things. There's how they're farmed or how they're caught. Fish there's certain nets that dredge the bottom of the ocean. That's not sustainable, because you're killing the ecosystems that are in the bottom. So it's a more responsible way. It's not overfishing. So things like that factor into it, and using reputable fishermen. That's one thing that you hear a lot about in restaurants. There's been a lot of news exposés where sushi restaurants that you're going to, you're not necessarily getting the fish that you're ordering. Right. And I'm at an advantage because part of my education was product ID, and I'm seeing fish and I know everything to look for. But I understand that truth in menus is kind of a shady. Non-truth in menus is a pretty shady practice. So whenever you come to any of my restaurants, you get 100% of what we order, and that's one of my big pet peeves when I'm out. People will substitute green apples for Asian pears, or certain little things. And if you're going to put something on a menu, you should really put it on a menu. You should put it on the plate. If it's on the menu, it should be on the plate. And if not, your server should tell you. So, all right. After all that, now this is the little past hors d'oeuvre version of this big one right here. And that's it. It's a tuna tartare.
Does anybody have any questions for Chef? Any questions? I think there's an incentive involved. I hear those chips.
Yes.
Are you open on Sundays?
Yes, we are, but that's my day off. So we're open, but I'm not there.
When did you open a taqueria?
When?
Why?
Why? Why not? I grew up in Texas and born in Arizona, Los Angeles, lived in Texas for 12 years. Have always loved tacos. It's one of those things that, it's just kind of a love relationship with them. And the burger market in Miami is very saturated. There's a lot of places to get a hamburger, not a lot of places to get a good taco at the right price point. So the space became available, and it was a tiny, tiny space. And we're like, you could drive a food truck in here. And then we started thinking along the lines of a food truck, and we're like, tacos, absolutely. So that's really the thought process that got us to there.
Do you prefer soft tacos, flour, or corn?
We have had that debate, and it took us a year for build out, so we had that debate a lot. And what we settled on was we do both. We don't do hard shells. We're probably going to do that as a special, but we do flour and we do corn, okay. And we offer 10 different tacos. So the way that we went about flour and corn was just which one tasted better with the actual taco. We've got a braised short rib taco with sweet heat coleslaw and bread and butter pickled jalapenos, and that's just a good old southern taco. Huh?
That goes on corn.
No, it's on flour.
Really?
That one's on flour. Just the doughiness of it is really nice with the barbecue. It's kind of like a sloppy Joe kind of thing, with white bread. And then we do carnitas and pollo al pastor, and both of those are on corn. We do one vegan, one vegetarian taco.
Really?
They're delicious.
I have to.
And you do, especially on South Beach. That people are very conscious about that.
Yeah.
So I do one that's marinated in grilled portobello mushrooms. It's very meaty. And then I do fajita vegetables with that and a spicy tofu crema. So it's kind of like a spicy mayo, but it's vegan. That's on corn. And then we have a guaco taco that's a smear of guacamole with a deep fried avocado. And that's got fajita vegetables and spicy tofu crema. So it's not it's a health freak. But yeah, exactly. I'm not making any health claims on this. I'm just saying there's no meat in it. And we've got a crispy pescado and a mahi-mahi taco, grilled mahi. What else do we have?
Is there fried chicken?
There is a fried chicken. Thank you for that. That one's really good. Yeah, it's buttermilk fried chicken tender.
See how I get excited when you said fried chicken?
Yeah, with cabbage, and then we make it's a sweet jalapeno cornbread. So people are like, is it cornbread or is it dessert? Because it's spicy. It's kind of messes with your head, but it's really good. So we sell that by the square in the front, and we also crumble it and toast it and garnish the fried chicken taco with that and ancho ranch dressing, which is really good. So, and then we do paletas for dessert, Mexican popsicles. We do 50 different flavors. We do elote, grilled corn on a stick that's smeared with spicy mayo and cotija cheese.
You have had me at the jalapeno. So
Yeah,
we're there.
yeah, and when we pickle the jalapenos, I mean, I was doing little batches as test batches. Now the prep guys are doing like 5-gallon buckets of these bread and butter pickled jalapenos. Yeah.
So are we all getting on a bus and going there?
I would love to arrange that. Absolutely.
That was not in the budget. Sorry about
But
that.
here, oh, sorry, probably a bad toss.
That's okay.
Yeah. Who else asked
See, a lot of
questions?
questions, a lot of questions.
I asked if we had a bus.
I'll get you one too. There you go.
That's right.
All right.
You feel alone there.
You know who asked questions.
That's for a taco.
Okay, these are our taco chips. So it's a poker chip, and it's good for one taco at Wawa's. So come visit me.
There you go.
Actually, I want one of those spoons. That's what I want.
There you go.
Wow.
You asked a question as well. There you go.
Well, that's okay. I only need one taco and
There you
one
go.
spoon. That's all we need. Yes.
Okay, well,
You get all.
we'll put that in the dispenser over here.
We'll keep you informed when we're going to open a bunch of them. So keep your eyes open for Wawa's. Yeah. Yeah, that's what's great. Every time, like, very often, more than once a night, we hear, we need one of these in Midtown. We need one of these in Fort Lauderdale. We need one of these in Coral Gables. We need one in Coconut Grove. And the thing about this area is people don't go to other people's neighborhoods. Unless you're like a diehard foodie, people just, like, a lot of people don't go to South Beach. So, yeah, it's not like we're going to hurt our own business by spreading out. So just share the love. the
So we'll
love of
take
tacos.
one more question for Chef. Anybody have a question? Or we'll end it right there. Yes. One more question? Last question right
What
here.
is your favorite restaurant other than yours?
Wow. Man, I've been asked that a bunch, and it's like, it's my favorite restaurant based on what I'm in the mood for. You know what I mean? Like, if I'm really in the mood for Asian, I'll go to. Well, if I'm really in the mood for expensive Asian, I'll go to Zuma. If I'm in the mood for really good Asian, like dim sum, I'll go to Philip Ho, which is actually closer to up here. That's on the beach at, I think, 179th. Chef Ho is, they just renamed it. It used to be Chef Philip Ho, now it's called Chef Ho. Great for dim sum on the weekends. For good down-home, like, Americana with kind of a contemporary spin is the Federal in Miami. I love the Federal. They're on Biscayne at, like, 52nd, I think. Blue Collar is another great one for good American food, and that's also on Biscayne.
Depends on what you're in the mood for.
Yeah, I've got a list of like 20. I mean, I could be your culinary concierge. I know all the good restaurants, but it's like, I know all my friends too. I don't want to be outed like, my restaurant's not your favorite?
Been to Bazaar yet?
I have, yeah.
Would you recommend it?
It was very good. Yeah, it was really good. It's a really good experience. One of my friends is the general manager there. It's pricey, but the presentations are really cool, and it's a huge menu. You almost need a tour guide to get you through it because there's a lot of different things on the menu. But yeah, if you pick right, you can have a really good experience.
Do you ever venture up to Palm Beach?
Not that often, but there are a lot of fantastic outposts up there that I'm hearing about more and more. Like Morimoto is up there, and Daniel Boulou is up there now.
Bukan,
Bukan, I heard about that.
excellent.
Okay, I'll have to try it out.
Jean-Pierre, excellent.
Okay.
And last question to the little guy
I
in the
need to get
curly
up there,
hair.
definitely.
What's your favorite dessert?
Oh my gosh. I would say,
That's not a good question.
like I really lean towards like custardy desserts. So ice cream is definitely, it's frozen custard, but like eclairs, like Bavarian cream, cream puffs, all those things that I run and regret the next day from.
So everyone, let's give a big round of applause to Chef Todd. We have something to present for him. There you go. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Oh, thank you. Cool.
Okay, we're going to say a quick thank you to the rest of our thank yous and sponsors for our event, but we're first going to pay attention to our team up from our leadership and organizational class that put this event together. So let's give a big hand to, we'll start with our professor first, Professor Don Sang. Next, our assistant chairman of the event, Roland Angela. Our food and beverage manager for our event, Becky. Our marketing officer for